Well, Justin, obviously impressive performance here today, especially that first rep. Kind of got the guy off the ground. Kind of take us through that rep and kind of how you want it.
Really, I was just reading him coming out. I had like a 2-yard split off the edge, and I read that he was kind of playing that back technique, watching for my speed. So I just kind of sold speed and tried to get up under his shoulders, and it happened. He's a hell of a player, and I mean we was working all day, and that's all it really was. It was just instant.
It seems you're repping 3 teams on your wrist: Alabama, USC, Ohio State. Is that kind of where your recruitment's at right now between those 3 teams?
Yeah, add Oregon in there, and yeah, I want to kind of break it down a little bit more. So just trying to figure out where I want to be, and trying to be as 100% transparent with all the schools that are recruiting for sure.
Have you scheduled official visits to all 4 of those?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know when your Ohio State is by chance?
The May 31st through the first week of June, kind of the first one.
And go ahead. How often would you say that you talk with Coach Johnson, Coach Laurinaitis, everyone from Ohio State?
Actually, I talk to them a lot, almost like a couple times a week. I'm not a big person. Like I don't want to involve my whole life within my recruitment. So, and I think my coaches respect that and they understand. So we talk a couple times a week, which I like that. So.
What is that relationship like with Larry?
Great. Not big. I don't speak with Coach Larry that much, but majority with Coach Laurinaitis, Coach Knowles, and Coach Day. It's a great family, and I grew up an Ohio State fan, so it's just like people I could talk to, and there's nothing high in there. It's all genuine, for sure.
You also had Coach Walton stop at Winton Woods just
Yes,
because
my dog.
He's the area guy for you guys.
Yeah.
Just what's it like to have basically like the entire staff really be in on you? And what does that say about Ohio State?
It makes me feel like a priority. First of all, I want to go somewhere where I'm needed and I want it. So it's nice to know that their whole staff knows me and acknowledges me. Like, for example, last time I was up there, I ended off and walked into the defensive meeting to say goodbye to the coaches, and every one of the coaches got up and shook my hand. And it was like at least 15 of them in there. So that was just really important to me to know that they acknowledged me. So.
You've mentioned a couple of times that you want to commit on your birthday, July 3rd. For these next couple of months, what's the most important thing to you in this process?
Really just finding my home vibe. Relationships are there. Trust is building for sure. Development, I know I could get developed at any school I got in my hot list right now. So really, it's just that, and just getting the little things together and making sure where I go is going to be the same as when I'm visiting right now. It ain't going to get switched up or anything.
With all the schools that you're really liking right now, what's the 1 or maybe 2 things about Ohio State that makes them different or kind of stand out a little bit differently to you?
With the whole staff, just knowing me, we have a pipeline. Jermaine Matthews and Maya Williams, and a bunch of other people have went from Winton Woods to Ohio State. So knowing I got big brothers there that'll let me know, an alumni, and it's the biggest brand in college football. So knowing that with life after football is big for sure. Yeah.
Your skill set could be used a lot of different ways, obviously. You could play the jack at Ohio State. I know they haven't used that position in a while, but you could line up as a traditional linebacker. You could line up as a D end. Have they kind of told you specifically where they kind of see you fitting in?
Really everywhere. As I mentioned before, I feel like I'm dangerous because I'm versatile and I can disrupt on any side of the field if I'm dropping back in coverage or blitzing inside or outside or playing sideline to sideline at a linebacker depth. I feel like I could be a game disruptor for sure. So they acknowledge that, and they want me to play everything.
That's July 3rd's important day to you, your birthday. Is that still the target date for?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You mentioned the versatility of Ohio State. Is that the way that USC and Alabama and all those other schools are recruiting you?
Yeah.
I mean, I know defenses are different, but
I feel like really Ohio State and Oregon are pretty similar
Okay.
with what they want me as. USC is more of a they kind of run like the Ravens defense almost, and I'm like one of their end guys, but I could drop and stand up type edge. And then Alabama runs a 3-4, so I'll be that outside linebacker guy. But
You said you've really wanted to narrow it down between those four and really kind of dig deep into them. What specific things are you looking for when you're comparing these four programs? And
Really just like, I keep saying a home vibe, but it's really, that's all I want. I want to be somewhere where I'm happy and I really enjoy, like say I'm buried in the depth chart or I'm injured or whatever the case may be. I want to be happy where I'm at, going to work and playing the sport I love and being able to take in this opportunity of going to school for free and getting all these things provided toward me, for sure.